Hello my friends, welcome to the ground noise and the DistroKid tutorial. I assume you already know what DistroKid is, so let's not talk about that. Also, let's talk about the political stuff, if it's good or bad. Just let's look at the upload process and point out some things you might want to know before you upload your track. So are you ready? Let's go! Inside your DistroKid account, go to Upload and Upload Music. This brings you to this page, and the first thing you want to do is to choose the services you want your music upload to. Normally I have all the services checked, but for example, let's simply uncheck Instagram and Facebook. I'm not on Facebook anyway. Please note that it's no problem to add services later, even after the song was released, but it's not possible to remove single services after the release. You should know that. You only can delete the whole song from all the services. So it's totally fine to uncheck some services you don't want or don't know about right now and add them later. So I unchecked the Instagram, Facebook here, and also the Snapchat was deactivated, no problem. So let's continue with the next step, the number of songs. I have produced one new track that I want to upload right now, but when you see the video, it's very likely you can already listen to it on Spotify. In case you have more than just one track, like for an album, for example, you can simply choose the correct number here from this list. In my case, one song is totally fine and it hasn't been previously released, but maybe your track was already released on Bandcamp, for example, and now you want to also upload it to Spotify. Just click yes and set up the original release date. In my case, I check no and fill out my artist or band name. This one is really important. Don't mess it up. Only the artist or band name belongs in that field and nothing else. No features, part 1, special, remix, whatever. Only the artist name. But don't worry, all the other information we can add later. Also note that I wrote my artist name in lowercase. That's something you don't want to do for Apple. I will get a warning later. But my first releases for the ground noise, I've written my band name or project name lowercase. So I will do that again. Please don't mix up your own names. You never know, okay? You don't want to have to deal with a different account with the same name. That's also you, and you get what I'm saying, right? So in my case, my artist name is all lowercase. It will appear on Spotify like this, but not on Apple Music. But after all, it's no big deal, don't worry. Also make sure to read all the important warnings here. And don't try the random name generator here. You can do whatever you want, but this is just a little trick so that you can come up with more artist names, which will require you to upgrade your DistroKid account. And I tried it anyway. Now I messed everything up. No, in this case, I just write my original artist name back into the field. And you see how everything changes. The Spotify, I'm already spotted on Spotify and Apple. Not on YouTube because I don't have an artist channel on YouTube right now. The only thing you need to know about the YouTube stuff here is that the YouTube music artist URL is different than a normal YouTube channel. You first have to transform your normal YouTube channel into an artist channel, an official artist channel. You can see it here in the URL. It's music.youtube.com. So if you have an artist account on YouTube, just fill in your URL or click no, I don't have an artist profile. If this is a bit too confusing right now, just deactivate YouTube. You can add it later after you have all the information together. And if you even want a YouTube music artist account. I personally decided for myself, I don't want to have an artist account on YouTube. So I will deactivate all the YouTube stuff later. I just want to show you here in this tutorial the things that can happen. Also give me some input in the comment section, if you have any questions or important stuff you want to point out so that I can make more videos for you. But now let's continue. So what can I tell you about the release day? Of course, maybe you have a release day, then you want to write it in this field here, or you want to release as fast as possible, you don't care, then you just leave it like it is. Also read the info text here that says, setting your release date to at least 1 week in the future increases your chances of getting added to playlists. Whoa, that's what we want to do, alright? But read it again, it says, it increases your chances. It doesn't say you will get added to playlists. Also, it's a bit confusing because DistroKid says 1 week in the future. I think Spotify says at least 3 or 4 weeks in the future. And there are big independent artists, for example, like Nick D. The guy just releases his songs whenever it's ready. So I just say, instead of right now, I go for February 9. You can also set up the release time for Spotify only. I don't care, to be honest. And you can also choose if you want to enable people to pre-order your track before the release date. This works for iTunes and Amazon, but nobody knows about me, so I don't want to do that. So look, there is one scenario I want to talk about. Maybe you have produced like 3 tracks in advance and you want to release them after each other, like with a week in between. Then you have to upload the songs separately, so leave the number of songs at 1 here. Don't go to 3 songs because this will be an album, but you want to have different release dates for your 3 tracks. So stay with 1 song and upload those tracks separately so that you can set up an individual release date for every one of them. Next. Record label is the DistroKid label by default. In case you have your own record label, then it's quite obvious what you have to do here. Also, you want to set up the language. In my case, it's an instrumental track, but with an English title, so I go for English, but there are many other languages available. And now we're coming to the fun part, the genres. Yes, I hate that too. Because it never feels right. I have no idea. This is a relic from the 1990s or something. In times of AI, you know, and all the algorithms that put the playlists together anyway. Why do I have to set up those genres? It's never right. I normally go, like for this track, for electronic, and then I set up the subgenre. This is the point where I normally totally freak out. This time I think progressive house or something. I have no clue. And it's even better that you can set up a second genre. So what about fitness and workout maybe? I think this track can work great when you're doing your gymnastics and heavy weightlifting. It has a good pace, you know. So with the freaking genres out of our system, I can finally upload something. Starting with the artwork, I have my artwork here. Please read this info here carefully. Of course, you want to upload your image in high quality, like 3000 by 3000 square format in uncompressed JPEG. Although this is only a recommendation, but you know, it's a no-brainer that you don't want to deal with low quality stuff. Also, please don't include any logos or URLs or something like that. It's artwork, not ads. And of course, it's your artwork, so don't get some pictures from the internet and call them your own. Okay, let's continue with the song title. It's Thaw in this case. And again, don't include featured artists or anything else. Just look at the next step here. Add featured artist to song title, ? In my case, it's no. But in your case, it's maybe a featured artist or a remixer. So you can add them here. You can add even more. I go back to no, don't show any other artists in song title. And then we have add version info to song title. In my case, no, but I also have made an EP where I call the tracks part 1, part 2, part 3. So click on other. And here you can set up like special edition or part 1, whatever. I don't want to do that. No, this is the normal version, okay? And here I can finally upload my audio file, my master file. And I always go for WAV files. You can do whatever you want, but I really recommend to go for like lossless formats like WAV and not MP3 or something. And in case you already have an ISRC code, you can add it here. And if you don't know what this means, just leave it blank and one will be generated for you. Apple and Tidal want to know if your track was mixed in Dolby Atmos, and I really hope you're not one of those guys. No, it's not in my case. And also songwriter, I wrote the song or managed the songwriter. It's an original tune. Yes, it is. And in case it's a cover song, you click here and just read this wall of text. I don't care about cover songs, to be honest. So you're on your own. We are almost done, guys. Just a few more steps to go, okay? I just want to point out this option here, master your track with Mixia. I don't want to dive into that. DistroKid is basically offering you here an automatic algorithmic mastering service, and it's not free. And I must say, I believe mastering is no rocket science and there is no magic going on, and you can do it on your own. Just check out this video to get a better idea about mastering. So where were we? Songwriter's real name. Real names, not stage names. Just click here if you want to learn why that is, why the real name is required. So I have written an instrumental track. I normally go with music and write my name into it, my real name, like the name on my ID. And there's no need for me to keep this a secret, because I tell you my full name in every video anyway. And also I have released a couple of albums under my family name. So you can add another songwriters here. Maybe you're a singer-songwriter, you keep it like this and write your name here. Or you have a text writer, you go to lyrics. And you can continue like that, you know, just like in the 2-minute long songs in the pop charts that have 10 or 20 writers. So no explicit lyrics going on in my track. This is also not a radio edit. This song is clean and always has been. And this song is instrumental and contains no lyrics. And you can also set up a preview clip start time for TikTok, Apple Music and iTunes. So you check this option and set up the minutes and seconds when the chorus starts, for example. I don't want that right now, so let streaming service decide. And you can set up the track price for iTunes and Amazon in US dollars. I normally don't change this. And that's it. Just a few more extras. Optional but awesome. That's what they say, okay? I'm not saying it's terrible, but if you really need that and if you really want to pay $3 for a loudness normalization, for example, it's up to you. Who am I to decide? But maybe we can talk about that later in another video. Here are just some last mandatory checkboxes. The first one says, I selected YouTube Music. That's what I wanted to show you. So I won't email DistroKid later asking, why'd you upload my... Okay? Because this step is really, like I've said, a little bit confusing. Right now, let me go back and uncheck YouTube Music. So this first YouTube option disappeared. And now we have another thing I've told you about. It's a non-standard capitalization, like my lowercase artist name. For me, it's totally fine when Apple Music converts it to an standard capitalization per paragraph. What? Okay, do whatever you want, Apple. The next option is very interesting, and you should be really serious about this. I won't use promo services. What is a promo service in this case? All the fake play scam, okay, that's going on. Read this and believe it. 100% of these services use fake stream bots, easily detectable by streaming services. You better believe that. Spotify will likely remove your music, withhold royalties, of course, because it's all fake plays generated by bots, and they fine you, okay? Do you want that? No. So save yourself the headache, don't get tricked by scammers. And then I only need to confirm that I recorded this music, blah, 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 and I'm not using any other artist names, blah, blah, blah. And I have read and agree to the terms of the DistroKid distribution agreement. What happens next is pretty self-explaining. I click on continue, and then the upload of my artwork and my master file starts. And this takes a little while because I assume they have something like a real-time check, right? Checking the files in real time while they're uploading. But I'm really not sure about that. Maybe it's just slow servers. But what I want to point out here is that they're trying to trick you into that mastering service again right after the upload. Let's see how it turns out. Continue. verifying album artwork. And then the track. You see, it's pretty slow. The artwork is not that big. But I really think it's okay when I show it in real time. Or maybe not. Please wait. And now they tell me, here you enhanced music. Why the hell? Why the hell, you know? It's what, 10, 50... They want to earn money, okay? They want to earn money. I just choose no, use my original version. Done. That was easy, wasn't it? And now DistroKid will also send me some emails where they confirm that everything's alright with the files, and they send it to the services. And a couple of days later, or on your release date, they will notify you again that the song has been successfully released or not. But yes, most of the time, yes. Once the upload procedure is done and you see this page, it should be fine. Although sometimes, you know, but better let's talk about the bad things that can happen in another video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, also leave a silly comment or whatever, and don't forget to like the video. My name is Markus, you've been watching The Ground Noise, and I hope to see you soon in the next one.